Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys making some time out of your day to spend with me on the video and check it out. Really appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about the difference between using a silent jerkbait that does not make any noise and one that has a rattle in it that makes noise, because both of them are good in the right situations. And I don't think a lot of people use a silent jerkbait enough, because it's actually my favorite type of jerkbait to use. So we're going to get into today's video about the situations that they work good in and the situations they don't work good in. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick housekeeping tips. Just a quick reminder that we do have our fall Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns up right now. These are breakdowns I build for Fish the Moment. We got just a great resource to learn more about any lake you're going to across the country or lake you've never been on. I'll put the link in the description for that. And also, please check out my new Blaukat's Corner page on Tackle Warehouse. I'm working with Tackle Warehouse. I got my own page there. And every month I put in all the lures I think they're going to work the best for that particular month, along with a correlating video for each one of those. So I'll put that link in the description as well. I really appreciate it. Okay guys, today we are going to be talking about the difference between a silent jerkbait and one that has a rattle in it, and when you want to use both. Both of these are the Megabass Vision 110s. I'll link these in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description also. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about the silent model, what the difference is. Now, a silent jerkbait, this is the 110 silent model by Megabass, and the balancer system it's fixed. It doesn't move in there, therefore it doesn't have any noise. It's completely silent. And then the traditional Megabass Vision 110 is, sorry about the sniffling, I got a cold right now, guys. You can see here the balancer system, it moves back and forth, and therefore it's pretty noisy. There's a big difference between. This has got a significant amount of rattle in it, a significant amount of noise, versus the one that doesn't. Okay, now, when do you want to use one over the other? There's a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different factors to consider here. First of all, from all the jerkbait fishing I've done, guys, which has been thousands and thousands of days, I can tell you right now that the fish, the more condition that a bass gets to hearing jerkbaits and hearing noise and having fishing pressure on the lake, the better a silent model works. Because you got to think about this. If Megabass Vision 110, most popular jerkbait in the world, or any other jerkbait for matter of fact, if they got if you're jerking that jerkbait down and they can hear this, and they can hear this from a mile away underwater, they get conditioned to that. And if you are fishing that jerkbait, like you're working it down and you're twitching it and twitching it and twitching it, and if those fish are right up on it and they're like this far away from that jerkbait when it's not moving very much and they're studying it, and you move it and it makes noise like that, if the fish are in sort of a negative feeding mode or they're not real aggressive, they're not going to bite that. They're going to just swim away from it. But if you take this silent model here and you're twitching that silent model down there and you're barely moving it around like that and it's completely quiet, the fish are a lot more apt to hit it if they're highly pressured. And or maybe the type of day, it could be a bright bluebird sky day with not much wind, makes them just a little bit more inactive. Tough fishing conditions, lots of heavy fishing pressure is the time that you want to use a silent model. Now, the other time that you want to use it is weather condition. Here is sort of my rule of thumb with that. If I have like conditions where it's like windy and overcast, and maybe normal water clarity, say water visibility 2 to 4 feet, a lot of times I like to start out with the traditional model, that does make noise. Because if you're fishing on a windy day or it's dark where they don't have a very good visual on the bait, and maybe places that don't get a lot of fishing pressure, the noise can actually attract them. Because if you're jerking this thing down there and there's a bass 30 or 40 feet away, they can hit it, they can hear it, and they can come and investigate. And if you have a low light condition where it's windy out and they can't see real good, a lot of times they will bite the thing. The noise will attract them to it, especially if you work it fast and hard for a reaction strike. So those are the conditions that are also good for it. But if you get one of those days out there, say there's not much wind, the water's real clear, it's bright out, sunny day, maybe after a cold front where the fish aren't chasing very much, this is the time you want to use the silent jerkbait. Simply because if it's clear, water's clear, sunlight's bright, you're getting a lot of sunlight penetration so they can see the bait very well, and they get close to investigate it, that's the time to use a silent jerkbait. I use them both, and like I said, I prefer to use a silent one if I can get away with it. I just feel that I feel if you get a bass around it, there's a lot more of a chance for those fish to hit a silent jerkbait than a regular one. But then again, it's all about the mood and the personality of the fish. And also, guys, I'll link the Megabass Silent 110 model in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description if you guys would like to try some of the silent models. But it's good to have both of them. I've got, you know, a whole box full of them. You know, I'll show you one of my boxes of silents here. This whole box right here is nothing but silent Vision 110s, and I use them a lot. And I think they're even going to be more important moving forward in the future, because as bass get more conditioned to lures and we get more fishing pressure on the lakes around the country, I think you're going to see a big trend towards people using and bass preferring the silent jerkbaits over the noisy ones. So anyway, guys, hope it helps you catch a few, and we'll talk later.